So, earlier this afternoon we were sitting out here outside the back of our house enjoying the cool breeze and just the beautiful scenery from the field. So yeah, it was just passing the time, and of course we had the electric fan as well, because even when you're enjoying the cool breeze, especially when you're by your house, you still need your fan. So that's connected up to the extension in the window. Sorry about the rooster once again. And so yeah, we were sitting here relaxing, and then just after 2:15 p.m. the fan stopped spinning, my cell phone stopped charging, and the lights in our house went out. And so you guessed it, we experienced a brownout, a power outage, which we are still experiencing today. And so that is what you need to be prepared for in the Philippines. You need to be prepared. If you're coming to live here, you need to realize that the electricity infrastructure in certain areas is not up to the standards. If you're coming from the West, it's not up to the standards that you would expect if you're coming from the West. And so we've no electricity for the last 3 or 4 hours now, and it's the 2nd of January, it's New Year, and I was in the process of uploading a video, so unfortunately that has to be delayed for now. So it was in the process of uploading to YouTube, and then the electricity decided to cancel on us. I thought, well, maybe it's just a scheduled power outage, maybe it's just a scheduled brownout from the Guimaras electricity company. And so I was able to go online, and I was able to get some signal to my phone and go on to their website and check. And at first there was no update, and then about 20 minutes later I checked again, and sure enough, what do you expect? You get the news that the whole of the province of Guimaras is suffering an unscheduled power outage. So the whole of Guimaras is currently without power right now. But it's not just Guimaras, folks, because I was able to check, and they also said that Iloilo and the whole of Panay Island is currently experiencing an unscheduled power interruption. You see, Guimaras gets most of its electricity from the electricity stations on Panay Island, so it's completely reliant on the electricity companies on Panay Island. So if they experience a brownout, if they experience an unscheduled power outage, then we get affected here in Guimaras as well. And so it is just being aware of that. So for example, if you're coming to live in Iloilo, perhaps Iloilo is a developing and fast moving modern city, which I know that many foreigners have been made aware of it over the last year through certain vloggers, and they're considering retiring in Iloilo. Well, even in Iloilo, you don't always get a good power supply. You get brownouts, and as I was checking earlier, it's right the way throughout Panay Island. So there are different areas of Panay Island which are currently, well, the whole of Panay Island is basically experiencing a brownout, a power outage. So it would be wise for you to, if you can afford it, to consider investing maybe in solar panels or a backup generator. We haven't actually done that ourselves, but it is something worth looking into, because you just never know when you're going to experience a power outage. You just never know. And particularly in this area of the Philippines, Guimaras does have scheduled brownouts from time to time, scheduled power cuts, but we haven't had one for a while. And it seems to be at certain times of the year. So I remember 2023, for example, that particularly when we went into the summer months, March and April time, there was quite a lot of uninterrupted power outages because it was very hot, and so more and more people were connecting their aircon units, their electricity units, and the system was just overwhelmed by it, wasn't it? So yeah, it's something, experiencing a power cut, experiencing a brownout is something that you need to be prepared for in the Philippines. So make sure that you charge your power banks, that kind of thing. And it's good to have a good supply of water kept in your refrigerator, because you want to keep your water cold for as long as possible, especially during a power cut, a brownout. And yeah, what else? I mean, we had some water left over, or bathing water left over in our tank, so I was able to take a shower earlier using the buckets. So yeah, that's another tip for you, because you never know when to expect a brownout, is to make sure you have plenty of water pumped from the well left over in your tower, because you don't want to run out of water when you need to take a shower or a bath, because it gets very hot and sticky. And yeah, it's a bit difficult as well when you experience a brownout, especially as a foreigner, when there's no electricity. You've got no fan to keep you cool, no aircon to keep you cool. And so that is one of the things that you should maybe think about when you're considering living in the Philippines, because you just never know what could happen. You just never know when a brownout is going to hit, and you want to have a bit of comfort at least. I mean, I'm living in the province and I live with my Filipino wife, so I would be adapting to her lifestyle more than I have my own Western comforts anymore. But we still, I still like to have some comfort at least, especially a fan to keep me cool, to make life a bit more comfortable. So those are things that you should consider when moving to the Philippines. So I would suggest whenever you come to the Philippines to really take the time to carefully think about where you're going to live and assess the area. Try to find out as much information as possible about that area, about what areas experience power cuts regularly and what areas don't. And as I said before, it's definitely worth investing in solar power or a backup generator, just something that will get you through those times when the electricity runs out, something that will be helpful for you, something that will make you more comfortable. I do remote working, as you know. Now, fortunately, because it's the new year, I've got no work at the moment, but I would say in the next few days I'll get slightly busy again. So I'm reliant on the electricity being restored, and I'm sure there's other expats, foreigners in the Philippines who are perhaps reliant on electricity to keep their Wi-Fi working. And so it's important to consider these things when coming to the Philippines, because you do not want to be stuck. You do not want to feel so much uncomfortable, and you don't want to have regrets. Oh, why did I make that move? And so for me, this is just an informative vlog to inform you that you should and must be prepared for this in the Philippines, because I don't want anyone to come to the Philippines and be under the illusion that it's all great, that it's all good, because like any country, it has its flaws, it has its disadvantages. And while I love living here, there are things that I find it difficult, particularly brownouts. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of those kind of issues that you can expect to experience when living in the Philippines. So guys, I've just been out on the road there, and people are hanging out on the road just with their flashlights and different things. I'm just walking through the neighborhood here, and it is really, really dark. So we have a rotational brownout, which means that some of the power has to be redirected to the more important infrastructure such as hospitals. So I don't know how long this is going to last. Could be all night, and it's very uncomfortable when there's no electric fan to keep you cool, and there's no fan to drive away the mosquitoes as well. It is just after 9 p.m. and we still have no electricity, and it's really hot inside our house, so we've decided to sleep outside. I'm sleeping on my deck chair, and Tina's sleeping on that there. And the kids are in the tent.
And the kids are sleeping in the tent.
So...
And Nathan is there.
Yeah, so it's a completely different experience, but it's an adventure. So, an adventure in our own yard.
Camping in our own yard.
Camping in our own yard during the brownout. Well, the power was restored shortly after 9:30 p.m, so we ended up sleeping inside our house. But we did check Facebook, and they are planning more rotational brownouts today, so we have to be prepared for that. So that concludes today's vlog, and we'll see you guys in another video. Take care. Bye bye.